The Radio Memories Network is brought to you in part by Liberated Syndication, podcast publishing made easy, libsyn.com. That's libsyn.com.
Thrillers, thrilling mystery, espionage, and political intrigue? Step into the world of action and psychological twist. Join us as we go back to the early days of radio and our imaginations with our featured thriller presentation.
Episode 12. No One Will Know. From London to Candersfeld to the village. Will an end to it all ever be possible?
Ready, Danvers?
Ready, sir.
Switch the light off and run the film.
Sir.
And please try not to bob around in front of the screen.
Of course, sir.
My name is Professor Jakob Seltzman.
Good God.
I
It's
know
actually him.
You have been looking for me for some time. You even tried to plant an agent into my organization. As you know, that attempt failed. And then a visit from two, shall we say, freelancers also ended rather badly for them. So, the time has come for me to make things plain to you at British Intelligence. As you have long suspected, I have a device. Something you might indeed call a weapon, which will change the world forever. I intend to use it. And I thought it only fair to let you know that there is nothing whatsoever that you can do to stop me. Good day to you, gentlemen. Be seeing you.
How did we receive this reel of film?
I'm sorry to say it was delivered to the doorstep and left, with the milk.
We get milk delivered to the front of the building.
Oh, just one bottle, for the cat.
We have a cat?
The sergeant-at-arms on the front desk does, yes.
Did the milkman deliver this film then?
The milkman has been fully interrogated. He seems not to know anything about the film.
Well, at least we can all relax in the knowledge that our milkman isn't an enemy agent.
Absolutely, sir.
I was being sarcastic, Danvers. This is a bloody shambles.
Yes, sir.
Have our chaps any idea what this weapon is?
No, sir.
And the freelancers he referred to? Do you think he meant ZM73 and ZL25?
I think it highly likely, sir.
Still no sign of them?
No, sir.
Now, what was the about, Danvers? I know your they always signify something.
Yes, sir. The reason for this particular was that just before I brought the film of Seltzman to you, I received a report.
Care to relay it to me, or is it just more milk-related tittle-tattle?
There's no milk involved, sir.
Good. Proceed.
I took the liberty of keeping an operative on surveillance outside number 1 Victoria Terrace, sir.
ZM73's former residence. Well?
Well, as you know, since the disappearance of Kate Butterworth, the property has been empty. But about 10 minutes ago, our operative spotted signs of an occupant.
Where?
In the bedroom. They think there may be someone in the bed.
Well, we'd better do something about that, hadn't we?
Yes, sir.
In the meantime, this Seltzman business, he's making a direct threat. You know what that means, don't you?
Sir?
It means I shall have to have a conversation with the Prime Minister to get a much-needed emergency injection of cash into our budget. So, even though Seltzman appears to be threatening the destruction of the civilized world, every cloud has a silver lining.
I know those sounds. London. I got into one of their crazy helicopters things and
I'm still in her body. I made it out, though, but I feel, sound like her, whoever she is. Kate? Or number 2?
Mirror. And there she is, staring back at me. Kate Butterworth. Is this the only way I can ever be free?
Hello?
What are you doing there?
I live here.
You disappeared.
Did I?
You did. Didn't you know?
Well, now I'm back.
That much is obvious. Where's ZM73?
Who?
I believe you called him Peter.
You're talking to him, you idiot.
I don't know.
Stay where you are. I'm sending a car for you. I think we need to have a little chat, don't you?
Are you asking me or telling me?
Just stay where you are, my dear.
I don't like the sound of that. Better get dressed and get out of here before...
Oh, they were right outside when he phoned. They're just coming!
Give her 10 more seconds, then break the door down. So?
Hello. Morning. Is it morning? I've lost track.
Good morning. If you'll come with us.
Could I bring my umbrella?
What?
It looks like rain.
No, it doesn't.
Well, in that case, Danvers, perhaps you'd like to take it. I'll be seeing you!
Get after her, you idiot!
Stop! Stop!
Danvers to control.
Control receiving. Go ahead.
I'm afraid I have to report that Kate Butterworth got away.
Got away? How?
On a bus.
What?
She took us by surprise, exhibiting some unexpectedly effective combat skills.
Really? Well, you'd better get after her. We must assume that when she disappeared, she was somehow spirited out of the country. Whoever took her must have then somehow spirited her back in. And we can't have that sort of thing going on right under our noses. So we must treat her as a potential foreign agent. In short, use any means necessary to secure her recapture.
Understood, sir.
Any more fares, please?
Peckham Rye.
Thank you, sir. Any more fares, please? Madam? Madam?
Oh, sorry. Yes. Potter.
Shove up, Mrs. Butterworth.
Are bus conductors normally allowed to sit down on duty?
This one is... How did you get back?
It's a long story.
How the hell did you get out of Candersfeld?
Candersfeld? Yes, I'm beginning to...
The last thing I remember is that they were about to electrocute you. And then... Well... Now, let me see if I can untangle some of this.
You killed him.
My God, that's it. They shot him.
And then they shot you. Dead.
Dead? I was dead?
So I think it's you who has the explaining to do. Any idea how you survived?
Well, not the foggiest, I'm afraid. No. Very odd. I woke up in an Austrian train depot, what must have been a couple of days later. I managed to make it back to England using some old contacts, but I've been lying low ever since. You see, what you didn't know was that ZM73 and I weren't exactly acting under orders.
Oh, well, that sounds a bit unorthodox.
Yes, and it means I'm potentially in trouble with our bosses.
I see. That explains it.
Explains what?
Danvers and one of his apes tried to take me in just now.
Yes, I saw. Did you know about ZM73's fiancé?
My God, Potter, you're leaking like a sieve.
No. No, I didn't. He wouldn't talk about personal matters.
Oh, I see. Well, I won't betray a confidence. He was pretty touchy about it. But it's somehow all tied up with this village business. He mentioned that to you, I take it?
Some of it, yes.
We hoped we'd get to the bottom of it all by going to the place where his fiancée was last heard of. What happened after I was... well, after I was shot?
I don't remember. Look, what are you actually doing posing as a bus conductor?
Ah, well, I chose a route that went by ZM73's old place, your home. Thought it the best way to keep a lookout without my people spotting me.
Did you go back to Seltzman's warehouse? Did you see Janet?
I thought you said he didn't tell you about her.
Careful.
He did mention her name once. It just popped back into my head.
Now listen here. Are you being entirely straight with me, young lady? Do you really not know where ZM73 is? And how exactly did you get back into the country?
Well,
My God, we're toppling over!
Right, men. Stand by to move in on my command.
Control receiving.
The bus is down, sir.
What do you mean, down?
We arranged for it to hit something and fall over.
Bit extreme, isn't it?
Oh, you did say any means necessary, sir.
You're sounding a little overconfident for my liking, Danvers.
Don't worry, sir. We'll get our woman. Right, men. Move in. Now. They're on their way in. Everything is under control.
What the hell happened?
Potter, what happened? Where are you? Who the hell are you? Look! Get off me! Let go!
Ah, there you are, Mrs. Butterworth. You did make it difficult for yourself, didn't you? So now we're going to have to make things difficult for you. Take her in.
Ah, this looks unpleasantly familiar. Their favorite little metal box room. Better maintain the act.
Where am I? What's going on?
You're precisely where we want you to be, Mrs. Butterworth. We just want to ask you a few questions.
What sort of questions?
Shall we find out?
Here we go again.
What's that noise for? Those lights.
Oh, just a little something to concentrate your mind. Shall we begin?
I'd rather we didn't. I want to speak to whoever's in charge here.
I'm in charge, Mrs. Butterworth. I'm in charge.
Oh, you're loving this, aren't you, Danvers?
Who got you out of the country?
What? I don't know what you mean.
You vanished 6 days ago. There was no trace of you. What happened?
I don't remember.
What can you tell me?
Brain activity is showing signs of conflict. She may be lying.
Thank you. Most helpful. You're lying, Mrs. Butterworth. Tell me the truth now. Did you leave the country?
I'm not sure. I don't really know where I was.
So, you admit that you were somewhere else?
I think so, yes. It's very difficult to know what the truth is.
That's an interesting observation.
An obvious lie. Am I right?
Actually, no.
What? But...
If you look here, the brainwave pattern is quite steady. I would say all the indications are that she's telling the truth now. She doesn't know where she was, and she is finding it difficult to know what the truth is.
Oh, I see. I'll try a different tack.
You may not remember where you were, but you must remember being in your home this morning.
Seems I've got you on the run, Danvers.
Yes, I do remember that.
How did you get back there?
I'm sorry, but I don't know.
Oh, you can do better than that, Mrs. Butterworth. Kate, you can do better.
I always knew you were a sadist, Danvers.
I definitely say she's withholding something. There's some electrical activity here, here, and here. That usually indicates an attempt at deception.
Good.
How did you get back to your home?
I don't know for sure. Oh, there was some kind of helicopter involved. That's all I remember.
A helicopter?
She's telling the truth.
But... Oh, I see. Where did the helicopter land?
I don't know.
Well?
Truth again.
Oh, damn.
You're not being very helpful, Kate. It would be better for you if you were helpful.
Then just ask me exactly what you want rather than discussing helicopters. What is it you think? That I'm an enemy agent sent here to blow you all up?
Are you?
No!
But you are hiding something.
Yes!
Aha! You admit it. So what are you hiding?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Why not try this?
Because I don't think you'd understand.
Don't patronize me.
I'm not patronizing you. It's just my genuine point of view.
Tell me why you returned to your home.
I don't know why I returned.
What are you withholding? Tell me.
No.
Tell me.
No.
Tell me.
No.
Tell me.
No! She's collapsed.
Oh, damnation!
I'd suggest a slightly more constructive line of questioning in future.
Well, you can keep your suggestions to yourself. What does the brainwave analysis tell us?
She was telling the truth throughout.
Really? Even the bit about thinking I wouldn't understand?
Dead certain truth throughout. Wait a minute.
What? What's the matter?
I was just running comparisons.
Comparisons?
Yes, it's standard practice to cross-check for accuracy. We compare brainwave patterns with other interrogation results.
And?
Well, look at this.
What are you doing?
Comparing an archive interrogation result with today's.
No, you're not. Both of them are the same.
That's the point. The results we're getting today are a perfect match with an interrogation we recorded over 5 years ago. The technology wasn't as advanced back then, but you can see the general pattern, even if it's a bit fuzzier.
But what does this mean? Whose interrogation was it 5 years ago?
ZM73's.
Tea?
No, thanks.
No, thanks.
I remember what you put in your tea, Danvers.
You sure? The biscuits are rather nice.
What is this? The softening up treatment?
Sorry if Danvers was a little over-enthusiastic.
You're not sorry.
Well, perhaps I'm not.
That's more like it.
Yes. Interesting.
What's interesting?
Some things, well, come up as a result of your interrogation.
You finally realised that Danvers is incompetent.
Take a look at these.
What are they? By the way, you do realize you have no right to take me off the street and subject me to this.
Given the circumstances, we have the right to do anything.
And what about the other people on that bus?
We were acting to protect them.
From what?
From you, perhaps.
So, what am I looking at? A lot of squiggly lines on what looks like an X-ray. What am I supposed to...
Have you compared the two sheets?
They're the same.
They're brainwave patterns, analyzed by the very latest gadgetry. We store the brainwave patterns of all interrogation subjects.
And you keep 2 copies of each. Very diligent.
No, these are the recorded brainwave patterns of 2 different interrogation subjects.
You and ZM73, and they're identical.
Now, this is going to be interesting.
That doesn't make sense, does it?
Obviously not. Danvers, have that scientist woman brought in, would you please?
Of course. Send her in. Thank you.
Well, but...
How can I help?
Can you confirm these 2 brainwave patterns were recorded from different subjects on different occasions?
Yes. These code numbers here on the bottom left are entirely unique. This one was in 1966, and this one in 1973.
I know that face.
Have we met before?
That's hardly relevant.
We may have done. Why? Where do you think you've seen me before?
Now, what will she do?
Yes, she has definitely recognized her.
I'm not sure. Perhaps I'm mistaken.
Hedging her bets. Interesting.
Perhaps I've just got one of those faces.
I don't think so.
Yes, perhaps.
Well, never mind all that. Just tell us your conclusion based on these brainwave patterns, please.
As I said to Mr. Danvers, sir, it's irrefutable. These 2 brainwaves belong to the same person.
So, what do you think of that, Mrs. Butterworth?
What do you think about it, Danvers? Oh, yes, I was forgetting. You don't think at all.
My God.
Anything you want to tell us?
Well, you'd have hardly believed me if I'd just come in here looking like this and said I'm actually ZM73.
I'm not sure I believe it myself. Is it perhaps possible for 2 people to have identical brainwave patterns?
No, that's not possible. They're as unique as fingerprints, if not more so.
This is what you were withholding from us in the interrogation, wasn't it?
You catch on fast.
So, somehow, what we're seeing here is the mind of ZM73 in Kate Butterworth's body.
I'm afraid so.
It's utterly fantastic. I'm not sure how it could possibly happen.
Well, you're the scientist here. No ideas?
Do you know who did this to you?
I'm not really sure. My recollection is a bit fuzzy, but it was something to do with the village.
Something to do with them? Don't you remember what happened?
I'm afraid I've never heard of this village place.
You're not fooling me.
You surprised me.
Why?
What will you decide to do now, number 6? What will you decide?
His memories will not be intact enough for him to be sure.
But will he side with his old compatriots, or think for himself?
I just thought everyone here would have been briefed on my file, that's all.
No. Danvers and I kept that little secret between ourselves and Thorpe, who went missing.
Did he now? It may interest you to know he turned up in the village as well, on the side of the oppressors.
I suppose we shall just have to take your word for that, for now. In the meantime, we have more pressing matters. What do you know about Professor Jakob Seltzman?
062 was sent on a mission to infiltrate his organization.
Anything in particular you would like to tell us about 062?
Her name was Janet. She is my fiancée.
She left on the mission, and then she went dark. She was presumed dead.
Until she sent a message requesting a rendezvous with me in Belgium.
You attended that meeting, resigned, and went missing yourself, allegedly to this village of yours.
It isn't mine. I don't know whose it is. That's rather the point.
Then, more recently, you and Potter disappeared together, giving my people the slip. Were you going after Seltzman?
Was that what I was doing?
Maybe.
No need to be coy, ZM73.
I'm not.
I'm not being coy, Danvers. Don't you get it? That place, the village, they do things to your mind there. And given that my mind is now inside Kate's head, that's something of an understatement. But what I'm trying to tell you is that
What? What's the matter?
I'd say this is some form of induced amnesia.
I'd say she knows too much.
Looks that way, doesn't it? I can remember fragments. I remember Potter and I went to Candersfeld. 062 was there.
But in another body. Do I tell them that?
She was alive?
Yes, I think so.
Janet? Janet, what have they done to you?
I love you. I think she was alive. I think so.
Was Seltzman there?
Yes, he was. And so was this body. Kate's body. But I saw them. I saw them change the mind inside it.
To your mind? To ZM73's mind?
No. They changed her into one of their people. Into number 2.
So, Seltzman is somehow tied up with this village place, and he's developed the technology to swap minds from different bodies?
That must be the weapon he's threatening to use.
This is appalling. If he can make this trick of his work indiscriminately, then, my God, what would that do to the world?
No one would know whose side anyone was on. Anybody could be anybody.
No one will know who anyone is for certain. No one will know.
Yes, that would be the consequence of such a technology being widely deployed.
And how would that affect your precious Cold War?
That would rather spoil things, wouldn't it?
I want everyone in this building to have their brainwaves routinely recorded. You understand?
Is that possible? I mean, it must be. This is 1973, after all.
We could. Well, we could adapt the existing brain scan technology we use in the interrogation suite, but it'd take...
Do it. Do it immediately. I want anyone entering the building from now on to be checked. You understand?
We'll work as fast as possible to make that happen.
How fast is that?
Well, I'm not sure, but...
Look, the only thing I'm interested in is finding Janet.
That's it. This is the moment. Seltzman?
Everything will be prepared.
All right, all right. But can you remember anything about how you were converted into Kate? Any clue you can give to the nature of this technology may prove vital in the fight to destroy it.
I don't remember a damn thing about it. All I know is that Janet was there, and I'm going back to find her again.
Oh, are you now?
Now, wait a minute, Danvers. This could work in our favor. ZM73, you're willing to go back there, to Candersfeld. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying it. I'm demanding it.
And we can make sure special forces are in place in Austria. The moment you find Seltzman's base of operations again, you can call for backup, and we can effect the destruction of this technology.
Or the capture of it, sir? In our hands, this
No,
technology...
Danvers. A Pandora's box like this must not only be shut tight, it must be completely destroyed. We must make sure that this madness is never unleashed upon the world.
Understood, sir.
Get ZM73 on his... just make sure he gets to Candersfeld.
Is any of this real? Does any of this matter? All the lies I've had thrown at me. Perhaps I'm really just sitting in a room in the village with number 2 peering at me like I'm a specimen under a microscope.
Hello?
Potter?
I was sorry our conversation was interrupted before. You didn't even buy a ticket.
Are you going to call for a bus inspector?
I just might.
What are you doing here? Do they know you're here?
Managed to pull off a last-minute switch, the real pilot sleeping it off in the loo back at the airfield. My co-pilot's obediently flying us at the moment.
You're really going to risk firing that in here?
That's for you to decide. I want the truth this time. Think you can manage that?
Are you sure you really want the truth?
Why are they sending you to Candersfeld? You're not an agent. Why are you going?
All right. But there are 2 different answers.
I don't mind which order I get them in.
I'm not sure why I'm going. I suppose I just want to find Janet.
And why do you want to find her?
Because I'm not who I appear to be.
What do you mean by that?
We think Seltzman has developed a technology that can swap people's minds into different people's bodies.
You're serious?
I'm ZM73.
Well, that's quite some story. But the question still stands. Why do you want to find Janet?
I don't know for sure. I suppose it's just a gut feeling that if I could talk to her, really talk to her, then all this, everything that's happened to me might finally make some sense.
You really think that? Why?
Because the memory of her feels like the only authentic thing in all of this. In a way, it's the only thing that's kept me going.
And you really believe Seltzman has this weird technology?
If I'm honest...
If I'm honest...
I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't know, and I don't care.
I don't know, and I don't care.
I suppose it could be just another fantasy.
I suppose it could just be another fantasy.
Cooked up by the village.
Cooked up by the village.
Perhaps all this is just a fantasy.
Perhaps all this is just a fantasy.
Us, sitting here in a plane.
Us, sitting here in a plane.
Another trick played on me by number 2.
Another trick played on me by number 2.
Then why bother?
All I want is to see Janet. And then they can do with me what they like.
I don't care anymore.
I don't care anymore.
And so the mission draws to a close. I wonder if you really do know that, number 6. I wonder.
Thanks awfully, old chap.
Yes, thanks again, Herr Muller. You're very kind.
You're most welcome, young lady. Good night. Hast!
No lights on in the barber shop. Shall we?
Why not?
Stand back.
The perfect gentleman, Potter.
I'll do it.
Should we check for booby traps?
There weren't any last time.
There weren't any last time. The place is empty. Let's go through to the warehouse. It's empty. Cleared out. I remember plastic curtains, a a chair, glowing cubes, but now nothing.
Wait a minute. Someone coming. Can you see who it... Oh, my God.
Who are you? I mean, I know who you look like, but you can't be me.
I am number 2.
What do you want?
What do I always want?
Information. Is it always you?
Ah, that would be telling. Who are you?
You know who I am.
But are you number 6? ZM73? Peter? Or...
Does it matter?
That is the question. And who is this?
Potter? You'd probably know him as number 398, your assassin.
Or Janet.
What? You're... Janet?
Yes.
I don't... But... For how long? On the plane? On the bus? Before that?
Does it matter?
I don't know.
But you believe me. I can see that you do. So, you found me, after all. Isn't that what you wanted?
I've been fighting for so long. That's all I've become. The fight itself. The fight for freedom. And if that fight is over, then who am I? What's left of me? Is
this the end of it all?
What kind of ending would you like? Everything and everyone back in their proper place?
Yes. I don't know.
That's a good start.
How am I supposed to know anything?
That's a good question.
How many betrayals and reversals have we experienced? How many people have turned out not to be who they promised to be?
How many people have changed by accident or design?
Unwilling, willing, or accidental traitors in the Cold War.
Is that what you are, Janet? An accidental traitor?
Or just someone who grew apart from you.
What? No.
You love Janet, or so you think.
I don't think. I know it.
And yet she's changed.
I only have your word for that.
She's seen the world from so many perspectives now.
You mean they keep swapping you into different heads?
More times than I can remember.
What's left of you? Anything? Anything I'd recognize?
Everything. And more.
Do you think you've changed, being inside Kate's head?
No. I'm still me.
Ah, number 6, ZM73, never gives up. Always knows the truth about himself, always the secret agent. Or are you now just desperate for an ending? For some meaning to all this?
All right, nobody move. The place is surrounded. Well done, ZM73. And ZL25. We can take it from here. Sir, the area is secure.
Well done, Danvers. Sorry to deceive you a little, ZM73. We planted a subcutaneous tracker in you. Had to be sure.
You must be feeling very pleased with yourselves.
My God. So who are you? I mean, I know who you look like, but with this devilish technology of yours, you could be anyone.
Couldn't I, indeed?
Where is it?
Where is what?
Don't be obtuse. The technology.
You want to steal it?
I want to destroy it.
What? Before everyone is put back in their proper places?
You'd be prepared to do that?
We can't risk letting them activate that technology.
Why are you so keen to destroy it?
Don't play me for a fool, ZM... whoever you are. If no one knows for certain who anyone else is, there would be chaos.
A lack of certainty, a constant process of discovery.
Chaos, man! Pure and simple. Now, where is it?
If you couldn't be sure who you were talking to, what would you do?
Just give us the information, now!
You'd pay attention to each other more, rather than just make assumptions.
It's one of the faults of the human brain that when it thinks it knows something, it assumes too much.
That's enough mumbo-jumbo. Danvers, have the team search this place from top to bottom. It must be here somewhere.
You heard him. Search the place.
Sir.
Think of how much shorter a familiar journey seems to become as brain activity reduces, just mapping in the previous experiences. In a world where people assumed different roles and lives from time to time, we'd all have to pay a lot more attention to working out who we were talking to and how best to understand them. We'd have no time for wars in that scenario, just understanding.
And there we have it. Pacifism, defeatism, one step away from communism. I wouldn't be surprised if this was funded directly from the Kremlin.
What if you could swap minds with your opposite number in the KGB?
Don't be ridiculous.
There would be no secrets.
And without secrets, how can you fight a war?
Hot or cold.
You see how dangerous these ideas are, ZM73?
Yes, I can see how dangerous they are.
Sir, we found access to several levels below this one. There's a lot of technical stuff packed with it.
Congratulations. You found Professor Seltzman's weapon.
Rig charges on it, and blow the lot of it when we've retreated to a safe distance.
What about these people?
We'll take them with us. They'll have to be kept in maximum security.
For how long, Control?
Indefinitely, I'm afraid. All knowledge of this technology must be suppressed.
So, we'll be prisoners, all three of us.
How ironic.
The real world wants to make prisoners of us all. I wonder, will you give us all numbers?
What?
I learnt that in the village. All prisoners have numbers.
Until they set themselves free.
Danvers, have them restrained. We can't trust them.
Sir, well, get on with it, man.
Sir.
What the hell? Everyone back! What's going on? Get the men back up here!
All units, back to ground floor. I repeat, all units, back to ground floor immediately. We've got something rising over the floor here. It's big and it looks pretty dangerous.
My God! What is it?
It's like it's a tower made up of... What are those things?
I remember them now. They contain the essences of people. That's what you said, the cabinet of souls.
You mean human minds? In all those little glowing boxes? Minds you've ripped out of people?
Not ripped. Donated. They are completely at peace, waiting for when they're needed.
It's obscene!
What's that? What have you done?
We haven't done anything.
Shut up, Potter!
I'm not Potter, I'm 620. I'm Janet.
This is insanity.
It's on a countdown to activation, and when it activates, it will disseminate random personalities throughout the planet, swapping as it goes.
Switch it off, or I'll have my men shoot you, all of you.
The embodiment of certainty. What a sight to behold, eh, number 6?
Switch it off!
I can't switch it off. It's set to automatic.
We've got explosives here. We can blow it up.
Take a team and do it, now!
Right, let's all get... What? What just happened? What's going on?
It's gas! They're gassing us!
My God! What are those things?
Open fire! So where... Oh. I'm... home. But... Candace-felt... Did I dream all that? Oh... Where the hell am I? Oh... hello?
Good morning, number 13.
What? What did you call me?
Number 13. Number 2 wishes to speak to you.
Number 2?
Hello, number 13. How are you settling in?
But you sound like that woman, Kate Butterworth. How did I get here from Candace-felt? How did I get here from...
Really, number 13, you are the limit, aren't you? No, I'm definitely number 2. Welcome to the village.
The village? Oh my God.
Sorry, must dash. I have another call to make.
The village? I'm in the village.
Darling, have you changed the phone? I told you I don't like those modern ringing noises. Give me a good old-fashioned bell any day. Darling? Oh, must be getting breakfast. Feels like Sunday. Hello. If that's Danvers, you're going to have a pretty good reason for phoning me on a Sunday.
Good morning, number 57.
What? I think you've got a wrong number.
No, right number. I have number 2 for you.
What?
Morning, number 57. Welcome to the village.
Is that Kate Butterworth?
No, it's number 2. Have you looked out of the window yet?
The window? Why?
Go on. Look out of the window. It's my favourite bit.
Favourite? But... The village. So, this is the bloody village. Christ.
Well, we'll leave 13 and 57 to stew on that for a while, shall we? Number 6, please. I always admire people who grind their own beans. He seems very chipper today. That's nice. Well, I shan't peek at him in the shower. There are limits. Still, looks like a very nice start to his day. Good. Good morning.
Morning.
Well, there's a lovely coincidence.
I'm walking down to the harbour.
Oh.
I'll come with you if that's okay.
Very polite. That's okay, yes.
We could get a taxi.
The walk will do us good. Are you getting a bit sedentary in your old age?
Not at all.
It's just like he described it. Just like it was in those photos. Just like it.
Just like what?
You! It's you! I knew it was. Who are you? ZM73? Kate Butterworth?
I am number 2.
What do you want?
That's up to you.
Well, whatever it is, you won't get it.
By hook or by crook, we will.
If you're number 2, then who's number 1?
You are number 13.
You can't turn me into a number. I work for Her Britannic Majesty's government on matters of extreme security. I demand that you contact the British consulate here.
Why don't you just try relaxing?
I'm leaving this place, and you can't stop me!
Not taking it too well, is he?
What about you?
Oh. I think I'll just take it one day at a time. See what you're up to.
Interesting approach.
Glad you approve.
I didn't say that.
No, you didn't, did you? Are all the others here? The special forces from Candersfeld?
Yes, they're all here. Somewhere.
Don't you know where?
Some of them are a little violent. So we're taking measures to help them simmer down.
That sounds a little threatening.
Does it? Helping violent people not to be violent? I would have said it sounded rather like the opposite of threatening.
The tide's up.
Yes. We could take a boat if you like.
Where to?
Anywhere you like.
The tyranny of choice. I'm not sure I want to go anywhere just at the moment.
We don't have to decide straight away. We don't have to decide at all.
No, I suppose we don't. Who's that?
ZM73.
Ah, number 13, I believe.
So, they got you back here too. And 062?
You're looking rather agitated, number 13.
Don't call me that. My name is Danvers.
But how can you be sure who we are?
What? I see. Then you're not.
Not what?
Not who you appear to be.
Who really ever is?
But this is a nightmare!
Have you tried waking up?
It is you. I know it's you.
If you say so.
And you got out of here, didn't you?
What are you driving at?
That there is a way out. And I'm going to find it, whether you help me or not.
Was I like that?
Not quite so sweaty.
Well, that's something, I suppose.
Beautiful day. Yes. How are things in the Green Dome? Very busy. New arrivals. You know the sort of thing.
Yes, I do. How are they, the new arrivals?
Very new.
We just saw number 13.
Making a dash for it, I think. Excuse me one moment. Apologies. This is number 2. Orange alert. Target 13. Thank you. Sorry about that. Is he going to be all right? Who can tell? Let's hope so.
Oh my god! It's one of those things from Candacefield. What the hell is it? Is that you, sir? Are you in there? No. Get back!
I see. Very well. I'd better go. Trouble? Nothing we can't handle. It'll be all right in the end.
Will it?
Let's hope so. I'll leave you two to your lovely day. Be seeing you.
Be seeing you.
Did you really resign because of me? Because you thought I'd become a traitor?
It felt like something snapped inside me.
And now?
Today, you mean?
Today? And all the other days ahead of us?
What about them?
Is this the ending you've decided on?
That would be telling.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and what a wonderful morning it is. Here is a warning. Everything may change.
You've been listening to The Prisoner, Volume 3, written by Nicholas Briggs. Number 6 was played by Mark Elstob. Number 43 and Anita Genevieve Gaunt. Number 2, Lorelei King. number 999 and journalist Alicia Ambrose Bailey. Operations Controller and Village Voice, Jennifer Healy. Potter and Sir Clifford Earle, Glenn Macready. Kate Butterworth and number 2, Lucy Briggs Owen. Control, Jim Barclay. Danvers, Village Shopkeeper, Marcus Gray and Herr Müller, Barnaby Edwards. Professor Jakob Seltzman, Richard Dixon. Janet, Sarah Mowat. Other parts were played by members of the cast. Script editor, Scott Handcock. Producer, Emma Haig. Senior producer, David Richardson. Sound design by Ian Meadows. Music by Jamie Robertson. Director, Nicholas Briggs. Executive producers, Jason Haig-Ellery and Nicholas Briggs. Hello. It is the 9th of August, Friday, and that was me getting a text from someone. Wow. It's asking me to share Wi-Fi password for staff with Emma Haig, who happens to be sitting next to me, who's the producer of The Prisoner Series 3. Hello, Emma.
Hello.
You haven't been here all week.
I know. It's lacking.
But you did do all the cast and script stuff, so you have done lots of important work to make this happen. Yeah, that's good. That's the most important thing. It sounds like I'm someone's pet.
Oh no, I know. A fed crew is a happy crew.
That's for sure. So what we're doing today mostly is 3.4, No One Will Know, the final episode. We have done bits of the final episode in preceding days. We're also picking up some of episode 3. Yeah, that's what we're doing. One scene from episode 3. It's all episode 4 today. Very exciting. Lucy Briggs Owen's back in. Jennifer Healy's back in. Got Mark Elstob, Barnaby Edwards, Glenn Macready. I'm literally just reading out names now. Anyway, here's to an exciting day.
Ready, Danvers?
Ready, sir.
Switch the light off and run the film.
Sir.
And please try not to bob around in front of the screen.
Well, yes, Mark. Because he's voiceover.
I think Mark might have to go in the cupboard.
In the cupboard, right.
Sorry, mate.
I'm in a monologue, aren't I? Okay.
You're in her head. Lucy, I think that it'd be nice if you're a bit more 6-ish.
Yeah.
And I think Janet playing Potter is a bit less like James Bond and a bit more not quite so in control. So, and then that will make sense of lines like, now listen here.
And the more rattled he is, the more uneasy we should be, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. You were too cool. Yeah. Mark.
Yes.
My God, that's it. They shot him. That's you remembering.
Yes, I take it that didn't come across then.
No. Not enough. He said, I don't know anything about that, and then he accidentally mentions Janet. 6 does, in Kate's body. Woohoo!
Oh.
It's literally that simple.
Please. This is like it's Inception.
Yeah. On acid.
Yes.
And Inception was on acid.
Yeah.
Which is like...
Barnaby Edwards, day 4, the final day.
Oh, can't you write longer ones so that we can just do it forever?
So, Mark Elstob, day 4, final day.
Day 4, last day. We ended with assorted wild tracks of people who've been in a car crash. I'm choosing not to read anything into that.
It's a review.
It's a review, yes.
Lucy Briggs Owen.
Hello, Nicholas Briggs.
Day 4.
Day 4.
Final day.
Yes. I particularly loved Herr Müller from Mr. Barnaby.
You're most welcome, gentlemen. I hope you found your cousin. Auf Wiedersehen.
You're seeing you.
I think that guy is so brilliant. And also Mark, suddenly at the drop of a hat, had to be an officer and was an incredible gruff Geordie. Yeah. He was absolutely
brilliant.
Oh, Oh, well, now I know that. You see, maybe it's less impressive.
see. But also the tonal quality of his voice completely changed.
Completely. And he was shifting between... between number... Oh, I'm confused now as to what...
6-2.
I highlighted some completely wrong bits today because that's how confused I was.
Well, you had me convinced that we should do a scene, and then I realised that we'd already recorded it with Mark.
Yes.
Yes. It's all very confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Glenn McCready, final day.
So, final day, the day where it all came together for Potter and for his inhabitant, Janet. I just loved the layers and layers of confusion, because ordinarily, when a drama requires, someone to inhabit someone, I've never really gone for it. But it's the confusion of this that is the key. The fact that people are inhabiting people, that's sort of incidental. It's the idea, and of course, in the circus, in espionage, you can't. Nothing can be accepted at face value, and then you have this really extraordinary element, and I loved control. Just the house of cards of his mind was just collapsing. It'd be chaos, and I thought it was extraordinary, and I thought it was really, really relevant to today's world.
Jim Bartley, final day.
Yes, hugely enjoyable. Oh yeah, great. I love the Royal Track, and I love the anything like that where you can tell as a professional actor, if there are 5 A's in an R, then you go say that's just what you need. So very well written, Nick, as far as that was concerned.
All those A's were very well written.
Yeah. It's a good guide for an actor. Yes,
thank you. And given that Control ends up in the village,
yes.
I mean, I've no idea, but maybe you've got what happens next.
I don't know. I really don't know, I do remember watching the original when I was about 17, I think, in black and white and Port Merion, but I really don't know what happens to Control now. I think he's...
What would you like to happen?
Oh, I think he stays there. I think he's pensioned off in Port Merion. He's certainly not running the Secret Service with any efficiency, is he, one way or the other?
Have you noticed my incredible plot technique is that every time a bit of interesting information is about to come out, I just have something smash into it and knock it over.
It's marvellous. Shark comes into the boat. That's what they used to do in Jaws. Whenever we don't know how to go, just shark.
Put a shark in the boat.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. And then you all jump over it. So Jennifer, day 4.
Day 4. I really enjoyed being in the studio with everybody as the scientist today.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Because previously you'd been isolated.
I had, yes. I enjoyed being unleashed and interacting with the other actors.
And given that yours is the last line of the series, I mean, do you have any reaction to the end of it all, personally?
Well, it leaves you on a cliffhanger, doesn't it? What's going to change? What is going to change? Anything could happen. It could all change. I'm intrigued. And I hope that I communicated that in my Village Voice announcement.
It was quite terrifying, actually.
Yes. That was my intention.
My interpretation of the ending is... That's a difficult question. I like the fact that 6 is with Janet. The sentimentalist in me approves of that. I like the fact that Control and Danvers get theirs. Yes. So that's good. I feel that the entity of the village, whatsoever it is still in play, is still in force, and I don't approve of that. I would like, whatsoever the entity is, I would like it somehow to be extinguished or resolved in some way. I don't know. But you very cleverly have that teeny little fillip towards the end, which allows quite a lot of room for whatever interpretation the listener wants to put onto it, which is how it should be, I think. So, yeah, kudos to you. You've absolutely I think you've ticked all the boxes here.
Oh, thank you. It would be awful, wouldn't it, if it just all got explained and there was a complete...
I think you can't explain it. You can't, even if you could come up with a really, really good one, and I dare say you could, I think it would be a mistake to do that, yes. I think you've got to appear to do it, but not do it.
Yes.
Which I would say you've done, or, have definitely sort of made big strides towards. Yes, because God forbid you should wrap this whole thing up. Or rather, God forbid you should resolve everything.
Yeah.
It's like trying to explain 2001. You can't... don't try.
What do you think this ending means to you, anyway?
It's quite... it means that you can't always explain everything in life. Some things are not straightforward. We just have to accept that life goes on in whatever place or wherever it is. I don't know, Nick, to be quite honest. But that's one way of reading it, maybe.
I would like to take this opportunity to publicly thank you, Nick, for casting me in this gift of a part and for writing such fantastic scripts, 12 fantastic scripts, and being a fantastic director and making for such a wonderful and easy working atmosphere for everybody, not just me.
Thank you. Well, and thank you to you.
Yes, thanks to me. Yes.
And it's all thanks to you. Thank you for being such a brilliant number 6. So unless I'm horribly mistaken, that is, in fact, the last bit of recording. Oh, so well done. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bad funny week, yeah.
Thank you.